Hello everybody. My name is Ashley Smith and I will be your teacher for the year. I want to start our English Language Arts class for the year with a unit on compassion, because compassion is a very important theme in the literature and in our lives. And it's an awesome way for me to introduce many different short stories and novels centered around this idea, this theme. So what is compassion? Well, the Merriam-Webster dictionary defines it as sympathetic consciousness of others' distress, together with a desire to alleviate that stress that you see in others. And in literature, we often see compassion as a character's mercy, kindness, concern, and empathy that they show towards others. So some examples of compassion that we see in literature, or potentially you might have seen in your own lives or something similar, is potentially giving your last bit of candy money to a stranger in need of a hot meal. That is a very kind act, and you're showing concern for another human being. Another act of compassion is choosing not to punish the man who stole your father's watch, or your mother's ring, or your sister's car. That is a very merciful act. There is showing support to a fellow community member by telling them how you can remember what it was like to lose everything you own in a fire. That is a very empathetic act. You are showing that you know what it's like to experience what they're experiencing, and you want to let them know that they're not alone. That is very compassionate. Alright, so I would like to just take a few moments to introduce the one short story and two novels we will be discussing throughout this compassion unit. So the first one is called Shin-Chi's Canoe by Nicola Campbell, and it is about Shin-Chi and his sister who have to go to an Indian residential school, and it is through the acts of compassion that they experience that they are able to stay close to their culture, even so far away from home. And the next one is called Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson, and it is about a girl who is raped and who lost her ability to speak, basically, like who lost her confidence to speak. And it is through acts of compassion that she learned how to use her voice again. And the last one is called The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, which you all have probably heard of, some of you have probably read. And it is through acts of compassion that Katniss experiences, the main character, that the society in this book learns or sees what it's like to value human life. Because that's what Katniss does, and through her acts of compassion she values human life and wants to protect it. Alright, so what are some examples of compassion in your lives? Where do you see or experience mercy or empathy or kindness in your lives? I want you to think of these experiences right now and hold them in your mind. And why is it important that these experiences of compassion stay close to you in your lives? Is because compassion allows us to have and maintain human connection, because compassion lets us, through mercy and empathy and kindness, we are able to display how we value other human life and how they're worthy of our help and our care and our concern. So that's why it's important to remember. But why is it important that we experience compassion in literature as well? Well, in literature, compassionate literature teaches us empathy. It teaches us empathy, and I'll use Think-Aloud Modeling to read this quote. Compassionate literature, or fiction, gives us empathy. It puts us inside the minds of other people and gives us the gift of seeing the world through their eyes. So, by reading literature that has characters doing compassionate acts, we are inside the minds of those characters. We get to see what it's like for others to experience compassion and how it benefits them. It gives us the gift of seeing the world through their eyes too. We get to see how they view a world with compassion in it, and how it connects them to other humans, to other characters. How we connect with the characters, our fellow humans. Because our connectedness, our human connectedness, is what helps us through the harsh times in our harsh world. Even the Dalai Lama says, love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. So these are all concepts that I want us to keep in mind as we delve deeper into our unit on compassion. Thanks for listening.